In today's video, I'm going to be taking this old geezer and turning him into this. Hey everyone, this is Jam and welcome to Bash and Brush. And let's get straight into upgrading and upscaling Krom Dragongaze. I mean, after all, this guy is supposed to be one of the mightiest warrior kings of the Space Wolves, and he's got this old little model, so, you know, he needs an upgrade. So basically, I'm going to be chopping up his old model and putting it onto a bigger, newer, Primaris sized body. So first thing I had to do was find a body that I thought would suit the pose and work well with the old model. So I raided the new Grey Hunters and Blood Claw kits, and I wanted to go for one of the ones that looks like Mark 6 power armor, because that's what he's wearing in the old model, and I wanted to kind of keep everything as near to the original as I possibly could. And once I found the body that I wanted, the next step was trimming off the aquila off the chest, and in order to do that I just get my hobby knife and I just very slowly start slicing and dicing this bad boy up. Now I decided to keep the diamond in the middle just because it's a bit of extra decorativeness. Yeah, then once most of it was chopped up, I just reversed my hobby knife and just kind of scraped along to almost sand the chest smooth. And the next little quick thing I did was I chopped off the peg that connects the power pack to the model, and I just glued on Krom's original backpack straight onto there. Now, speaking of slicing and dicing things up, the next thing I needed to do was, well, slice up his old model. And I had to keep all the pieces that I wanted, so with great patience and a mixture of my hobby clippers and my knife, I just slowly start taking chunks of plastic away until I eventually free up his giant wolfy belt buckle with the loincloth and the kind of dangly wolf fur arm thing that he has around his shoulder. Now, in order to get the little belt buckle-y thing to fit, it did take quite a lot of slicing with my hobby knife, then dry fitting and then slicing just to kind of get it to the point where it fit. But to be honest, with the pose of the model that I chose and everything, it kind of fit the position of that loincloth quite well, so it didn't take too much snipping. Now the belt buckle is quite small, especially compared to the new Space Wolves, but I didn't think it looked too bad, and like I said, when I do these sorts of conversions, I like to keep as much of the original model as possible. But once that was on there, the next thing I want to do is free up his cape. Now again, the exact same thing, just slicing and dicing as much plastic away as I can without destroying the piece. Now this one took a bit more fiddling and chopping just to kind of get it to fit underneath the backpack and get it all in there, but I eventually got it to work, and again with the pose that I chose, it luckily fit quite well. Like I said, I quite enjoy taking old firstborn marines, slicing them up and sticking them onto Primaris bodies. All it really requires is a lot of patience. And speaking of, do you guys reckon we'll ever get a new Krom Dragongaze model in the future? And if not, what would you run this guy as on the table? And if you'd like the opportunity to run him on the table, I'll actually be selling this model. It's something I'm going to be doing going forward a bit because I want to kind of supplement the channel a little bit. So there'll be a link in the description and in the comment below if you want to have a chance to buy this bad boy. Now, one thing I almost forgot is on his right leg on the old model, he had this kind of winged wolf ornamental thing on his leg, and I wanted to use that. I originally thought maybe I'd just leave it, but I thought, let's just give it a go and see if I can slice this bad boy out, and that's exactly what I did. Again, this one I had to take a bit more caution because the way it's kind of situated on the model, but I managed to get it relatively undamaged. And with a lot of snipping and sanding, I managed to kind of get that curve of the leg and glue that bad boy on as well. Now, was it a completely necessary detail? No, but again, it brings more of that old model onto the new one. Now onto, weirdly, the most challenging part of this whole model was getting the shoulder pad with the wolf head to link up with the cape and the dangly bit on the chest. So that's three pieces that I needed to fit that originally was on a model that's much smaller. And unfortunately, if you cut too much, you can't put it back, if you know what I mean. So I had to cut very small bits here and there, a lot of dry fitting. And at one point I thought, well, I thought I kind of screwed it up. I thought I was going to have to kind of do a lot of green stuffing to kind of fix this, but I managed to get it to eventually fit. Like I said, this took me way too long. And I will have to do a bit of green stuff later on, but I think the result I got was pretty good. Like I said, I got that shoulder pad linking up with the cape, and the arm dangly bit in the front managed to actually fit pretty damn well. Especially because the bottom of that arm dangly fur thing, I don't know what you want to call it, has got a grenade on there, and I could have sliced that off and then green stuffed the fur back on, but I wanted to keep it in there, so I managed to get that grenade part of that fur arm to actually sit right next to his belt, so it looks perfectly natural being there. Now the next thing I had to do was his arms and his weapons. Now I originally thought I'd have to chop up some Primaris arms, stick the weapons on, do all that kind of stuff, but Firstborn Marines were quite out of proportion, so weirdly the arms quite often are the same size as Primaris arms, depending on like the pose and stuff like that. Sometimes Primaris arms can be quite short, sometimes they're quite long. But I measured them up and they were pretty much the same. I mean, you can let me know at the end of the video if you think the proportions look okay, but I just glued the arms straight on, pretty much the way the model originally was supposed to look. But the next thing I did, maybe not completely necessary, but the original Krom head is flat at the bottom. It doesn't have a little ball neck joint. So I just got an old Primaris Space Marine helmet and I cut the little ball neck joint off of that and glued it onto the Krom one. Like I said, was this necessary? Probably not. You could have just glued the head on, you wouldn't have really noticed, but I wanted to give that head a bit more height and stuff because, you know, maybe the proportions aren't quite right, and it would just look a little bit better when you look closer. So yeah, once that was all set and ready to go, I just glued the head on, just making sure he's looking straight down the sights of that bolt pistol. Now one thing I didn't say from the original model was he has two chains dangling across his chest, kind of like connected to the fur cloak and the little talisman thing on the other side. So I glued the little wolf talisman on his chest, and then I got some of my jewelry chain out. Now what I did here was I put a tiny bit of glue underneath that talisman on the left side of his chest, using my toothpick to get it in there, and I just tucked the chain just underneath, and once that was set, then I just measured out where I wanted it to dangle and snipped the chain and glued it on with some super glue. And obviously I had to do that twice. And again, I thought it was a detail that actually turned out quite nice for how little work it really was. At this point, it was really starting to feel like this is Krom Dragongaze, just upscale to me. But there was another thing I had to do. On his left leg, he has that kind of leather string thing with some teeth and a rune talisman hanging off of it, so it was time to whip out the green stuff. Now, if you guys have watched any of my Space Wolfie or just videos in general, you'll probably know what I'm doing here because I've done this so many times, but I'm going to take my green stuff, roll out a really thin little ropey sausage. I'm going to use my color shapers to just kind of get it into the position that I want, and once that's done, I'll start making some wolf teeth / fangs or whatever they're supposed to be. And in order to do that, I just get really small bits of green stuff and I kind of roll it into a teardrop shape. Then I stick it onto the model, but then I kind of curve the pointy bit up a little bit so it just looks like a hooked fang. Also push a little hole in the top of each fang because later we'll add a little green stuff ring on there. But before we get to that, it's time to do the little rune on his leg as well. And all I really do for this is I just get a ball of green stuff, stick it on the model, and I flatten it out with my color shaper. Then I use my hobby knife to just kind of push in a little rune icon, just kind of carving it out with a knife. Now weirdly, this does take a bit more patience than I would really think, but I think it turned out alright in the end. But now to make sure these actually look like they're connected and they dangling off or something, it's time to add those little metal rings onto it. In order to do that, I'm again going to get a little thin sausagey bit of green stuff. I'm going to make sure it's even thinner now, and I was going to cut a very small piece, put one end in the hole that I made in each of the runes and the teeth, and then just wrapped the other side around the leather strap. And with that done, he's got some nice wolfy decorations on his leg. Now, while I had the green stuff out, I wanted to kind of add a bit more fur around the shoulder pad and between the cape. I don't think it was, like, again, completely necessary, but I wanted it there just so it looks a tiny bit better. So I just got like 3 or 4 bits of green stuff, basically the same as I do the wolf teeth, just like a little teardrop shape thing, stuck it on the back where the cape is, and then just push some detail in with my hobby knife. Now if you want a video on how to do green stuff fur, I've got a YouTube short and a full video that I've done on the whole process. I mean, it's in a lot of my videos anyway, but if you want dedicated videos, just go watch those. Now the last thing I want to do with this green stuff is the arm holding the axe up by his armpit. There's quite a big gap there because the arm didn't quite fit flush. So I just want to ram in a load of green stuff into that little gap, and then I'm just going to use my hobby knife to kind of slightly make that kind of under armor ribbing rubber stuff that Marines have. Now this was a bit difficult because obviously all the bits are in the way, and trying to get into that angle was not easy, but I did the best job that I could in that kind of situation. But pretty much with all that done, I feel like this guy's looking like a slightly bigger Krom Dragongaze, which is exactly what I wanted. But let's cut to a little painted up reveal. And there you go, ladies and gents. Now I don't know about you, but I was quite chuffed with the results on this one. I thought it turned out quite well. But of course, you guys let me know in the comments below, what do you think of this guy? What would you run him as? Because I don't think Krom has a data sheet at the moment. Do you think you will ever get one again? And if you'd like to see me upscale any other Marines or characters from the lore, let me know as well. But as always, if you'd like to support the channel anyway, then the easiest way to do that is obviously like, subscribe, share, that good stuff that everybody knows. It really helps the channel grow and I appreciate it. But if you'd like to go a step further to help me keep my bits box full for these conversions, then I do have an affiliate link with Wayland Games. If you want to buy anything, I just get a little kickback from that. And there's always Patreon and the YouTube membership as well. But as always guys, I hope you enjoyed the video and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.